Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've just been doing this thing lately where I'm just so excited to jump on and talk to you guys that I don't even wait to shuffle or cleanse or anything. I just get right into it. So let's get into it. I wanted to do this reading last week, but I had this guided meditation that I was working on and I kept getting just like frustrated with just even being on a laptop and making something with the computer. So I just kept putting it on hold. And then I finally uploaded it because I was like, you know what? It's there. It's almost done. Let's just finish it. Let's just do it. And so that's what I posted last week. But I wanted to post this reading last week because we had just gotten through like Mercury retrograde and Cancer. There was Saturn's in retrograde. There's a lot going on, and I was feeling it. Hence why I did not want to work on my laptop anymore. And what's funny is as soon as I opened up my laptop, and I believe this was either Sunday or Saturday that I did this, because I post a video every Sunday. So I think it was Saturday that I finally finished it. And I listened to it and I played it. I was like, you know what, let me just see if it's ready. Like what else do I need to do? And it was already ready. So if you were going through some struggles last week of just not feeling something, and then you finally were like, all right, let me just deal with it, do it, and you realized, okay, this was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, same. Okay. So this is the self-care reading, okay, let's do the retrograde recovery, let's calm it down. My last newsletter I just sent out was about this energy too, so I'm happy to tap into the reading now. If you are not signed up for the newsletter, you can go down below to my website link and sign up on my website if you're interested in staying in the loop and things like that. So I don't know. I just was feeling just feeling it. I was feeling the astrological effects, and maybe it's because it was Saturn in retrograde and I'm an Aquarius. I have 4 Aquarius placements. Maybe it was because of that. I'm not sure, but I'm usually very, very grounded when things like that are happening. So I knew if I was feeling it that we should probably tap in and do some recovery talks about what we just experienced, what we've gone through. I'm here for you guys. And what's cool as well, on Monday the 27th, so today's the 29th when I'm filming this, it's also the Aquarius full moon tonight. So it's just, there's a lot going on. Okay, so I'm just tapping in because I want y'all to know you're not crazy. It's not just you, it's all of us, even the spiritual people who have the grounding techniques and the tools. Okay, so let's just tap in and see what self-care we need, what guidance spirit has for us. I'm using this quiet mind incense to help quiet our minds, relax our bodies, release anxiety. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of releasing, you know, a lot of facing maybe uncomfortable truths or finally closing certain chapters. Like, it's beautiful, it's good for us, of course, but it doesn't mean it's not uncomfortable. And sometimes in these moments, we can be really hard on ourselves, right? We can say, I don't know why I'm anxious. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm being emotional, instead of just letting ourselves just feel. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of different ways to approach it, different ways it's impacting us. Let's do a reading about it. All right. Let's go ahead and shuffle up the cards. Let's say a prayer. Let's dive in. All right, universe, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, divine Holy Spirit, thank you so much for connecting with me today and every day. Thank you for connecting me with the collective today and every day. At this time, I'm tapping in with the collective. You know, you heard us just talking about it. Those that are ready to recover from the major astrological events we've been dealing with, and just any guidance, advice, wisdom you have for us to stay grounded, to heal, to come back to ourselves. Any guidance you have about the major lessons maybe that some of us have been learning, experiencing, please and thank you. And so I'm looking down. I have a cover on the table here, and it's a chakra tapestry that my manager gave me, actually. Shout out. I'm looking at the throat chakra right now. So maybe some of you are needing to do some throat chakra work. Maybe you've been struggling with articulating yourself or standing in your truth. Or maybe you're standing in your truth, but maybe you're getting out of your power while you're doing it, you know? Like stand in your power, stand in your truth, but don't get out of character about it. All right. Thank you for this guidance, Spirit. Thank you for this wisdom. Thank you for these messages. So yeah, we have Moon in Taurus, number 14, personal growth that just popped out. So a lot of this too, because you see like the pearl is forming in the clam or whatever oyster. So I feel like there's Sun in Taurus here. Some of you guys might be a Taurus, or maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. Or maybe something is coming full circle that began in Taurus season, which is April, May. But it just feels like I'm really fixating on the pearl. Like it feels like there was a period of going within. Maybe there was a lot of darkness there, a lot of shadow work. And now we're coming out of it feeling brighter than ever, like ready to be in the center, in the spotlight, ready to stand on something. Okay. So it's almost like this breakdown or this discomfort brought you back to a big element of personal power. Maybe some of you guys have been working with your solar plexus. That's been in the forefront for me recently. All right. Thank you so much for this guidance, Spirit. Thank you for using me as a humble vessel. I'm very grateful to do what I do in the way that I do it. Grateful to share it with these beautiful people. And please allow these messages to be for everybody's highest good, the highest good of all. Please and thank you. Recovery, retrograde recovery, astrological support and healing. All right, let's see about it. The importance of this reading too is because whether it's astrological or things just going on in your personal life, we have to learn how to deal with discomfort and stay in our power no matter what's going on in or around us, not judging ourselves for having to go through those phases. It's an important tool to have, all right? So we're going to start with the self-care oracle. Start out strong. What do we need? Meditate. Number 18, treat yourself. Number 11, number 7, call mom. 9, meal plan. 3, collaborate. Yeah. Meditate and treat yourself. Okay. So obviously when we think of treat ourselves, we always think of, maybe a spa day or getting yourself your favorite drink or a little treat or just taking like a day off. Those are important as well. But meditating, wellness, self-care, that's not just about a nice little thing, but about going within, tapping in, allowing yourself to sit with the discomfort, whether that's through meditation, journaling, a reading, yoga, see the self-care as a treat for yourself, because it is. That's what helped me getting back into like exercising and stuff, because I wanted to celebrate what my body could do and not just see working out as like a punishment for what I've eaten or being out of shape or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's not a punishment. It's all about the power of perspective, right? With call mom, obviously, maybe call your mom. If you don't have a mom or you're not close with your mom or you don't have that kind of relationship with her, call someone that is like a motherly figure to you, whether that's a sister, an aunt, grandma, or a friend or a friend's mom even, or maybe like someone older at work. Like you don't have to carry all of this by yourself. You're allowed to reach out for support. You're not a burden. All right. And then meal plan. Yeah. I'm hearing, same with collaboration though. Collaboration, call mom. You don't have to carry it all yourself. And then with sleep and meal plan, you, again, going back to like taking care of yourself is treating yourself, So for some of you, maybe you haven't been getting enough sleep or you've been really tired, especially with what's going on astrologically. So maybe you've been putting your health, your food on the back burner, maybe not eating enough, or if you do eat, it's like a quick meal. You need a meal plan, start batching things, making big amounts of stuff. And you can literally put it in little containers so you can just pop into the microwave or reheat it real quick. But don't let these things fall to the wayside whenever you have a lot going on. That's when you need to tap into these habits even more, right? So that way, when you have a lot going on, you're not also starving yourself, not getting enough sleep, isolating yourself. You know what I mean? There's a reason we have community, we have village. All right, let's get some self-care. I want to get the booklet for this out, actually. Hold on, you guys. Let me grab my little booklet. I have my altar right over here, so it's just a step away. My mom made this shirt. I don't know if she made the whole thing or how that worked, but I like it. Okay, so we have Daydream, Moon Goddess, and Oracle. I like this. Like with Moon Goddess, I feel like it's just like kind of embrace what's going on. Allow yourself to become one with it. Like I'm doing my reading and I like worked out, doing all my stuff before I go to work today. So when I get off work, I'm gonna go live and just like have a moon hangout with everybody. Okay, we have number 15, Daydream for the first card. Okay, I feel like this is, it's like, I feel like there's been an energy of a lot of people going within and maybe reflecting on the things that haven't happened yet. And instead of thinking about what you're lacking, just view it in a sense of this is what I can't wait to go towards. This is what I'm working towards. So it's not in a sense of like, let me hurry up and get there and judge myself, but it's like, this is what I have to look forward to, Let the thoughts you water, let them be ones that you want to grow. Pretty flowers, not negative ones, All right, let's see what it says in the book. I don't always read out of the book. It's actually very rare for me just because I want to do what I want. Okay. So Daydream interpretation. A man with his eyes closed and a peaceful look on his face allows an unseen figure to water the flower garden sprouting out of his head. Who is feeding his imagination? We think it is actually him nurturing himself. As he daydreams, he lets part of himself go, and then that part comes back from a different angle with a gift. See? If you allow yourself to explore in a fun way, in a curious way, rather than let me rush myself, where am I lacking? What haven't I accomplished? It can be a very, very different thing, coming back with a gift rather than shame. Okay, the practice. Moderation is key to many positive practices in life. Run excessively, you might injure your knees. Work too hard and you could burn out. The same goes for daydreaming. While it's not good to walk around being a space cadet, a little daydreaming every day is a wonderful self-care practice. Maybe you're not letting yourself dream enough. Okay. When we daydream, we disassociate a bit. Part of our brain loses touch with self and reality. When we let that part of our brain go on a stroll, it often comes back bearing something interesting. It could be trivial, like a funny memory, or it could be profound, like the solution to a problem that was seemingly unconquerable. Give yourself quiet time to daydream every day. If you have trouble letting go, then set a specific time and duration and force yourself to do it. Your brain deserves its own time to wander. Just don't let it get lost. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, I think with what's been going on astrologically, I think maybe we have been getting really in our heads or really focused or really rigid or whatever the case is. And Spirit wants to encourage us some free time, some play time. So if you're not a big daydreamer, even though it said, force yourself to do it, maybe like coloring or art or, writing out like your ideal day or your ideal week or something like that. Like allow yourself to fantasize a bit. Allow yourself to get lost in a fun and curious way. We don't have to take things so seriously all the time. Okay, number 20, Moon Goddess. We talked about that a bit, so let's see what that's talking about. Okay, 20, Moon Goddess. The moon goddess calmly juggles the phases of the moon, starting from left with the waxing crescent, progressing to the new moon and onto the waning crescent. Notably missing is the full moon, perhaps suggesting she herself is the full moon in all its radiance. We also note that the shape of her earrings, like the scales of justice, imply balance and equilibrium. Let me see. Okay, yes. You guys see that? Very cool. I like that. I never noticed the full moon was missing, but yeah, she is the full moon. And I feel like that's really a big sign because, again, today is the full moon in Aquarius. Each moon phase represents a different opportunity. When the moon is full, it is opposite the sun, collecting and reflecting its light. Symbolically, the full moon is the time of flowering and harvest. In contrast, the darkened period of the new moon, when the moon and sun are in conjunction, represents uncertainty and the excitement of new plans. The moon goddess tells us to take all things in stride, for each month is a cycle, and every cycle, though similar to the one preceding it, presents us with new opportunities to celebrate. Some parts of the cycle may be confusing or even frightening, but if you can keep close to you the forward momentum of the cycle, then you will make it through just fine. I love that. I feel like this is a big message from spirit to say, there are going to be phases where it's comfortable. There are going to be phases where it's not. But this is about, can you flow no matter which one you're in? And this is a good lesson to learn. It's annoying, it's uncomfortable, it's whatever, but don't you want to learn how to flow? You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you want patience and you're in traffic. Don't you want to learn how to be patient? That's important. Okay. Practice. Even if you are not astrologically inclined, the moon cycle is a beautiful event. Each month we get to see an up-close cosmic dance. You should observe and celebrate it and use it as a marker for your self-care routine. Try planning out your month on the lunar cycle. The new moon phase is the time to set your intentions, make a vision board or a list of goals, and put it someplace you'll definitely see it. As the moon waxes, work towards your goal. The full moon is the time for closure. Achieve the goal. Celebrate the achievement. Now, as the moon wanes, it is time for recovery. Do whatever you must to gather your strength for the next cycle. And see, we're in a full moon now. So we were just in... Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'm tripping. Never mind. Run it back. The details of the cycle are up to you. But here's an example of how this works. Imagine you're a runner in the new moon phase. Think about a big run you want to take that month. Find an interesting route or hill you've never tackled before. Train for it. Plan to take the challenge in the 48-hour period of the full moon. After your efforts, you need to recharge, get yourself a massage, or take an extra long bath, and ponder what awaits you in the upcoming cycle. Okay, I like that. So what I was going to say is that I mixed up the recharge. So we're in the full moon now. So we've achieved something or something's coming full circle or we're getting closure about something. And then after this, it's time to recover. So maybe I had the perfect timing for this reading. It's good for me. Okay. But I don't know. It's just an energy of we're going through the phases. So honor what each phase requires of you. Don't judge what you need. Don't judge yourself for being tired or, being sensitive. Just embrace it so you can learn to flow. All right, last one here is number 12, charity. This is going to be a long reading today. One hand extends a heart to another hand. We do not see the giver or receiver. The focus is slowly on the act of spreading love. When we say charity, we don't necessarily mean giving money to charities or volunteering. Those things are worthy, of course, but we should think of the term more broadly. When we openly give of ourselves, we are performing charity. And in the process, we feel our humanity. That is the ultimate self-care. Try doing it consistently, and you will sense a beautiful change in yourself. I like that a lot. And I think that is a really good reminder, especially when we're going through a lot of hard times or, just feeling exhausted. Sometimes spreading love, spreading kindness, helping someone, whether that's as small as opening the door for someone or, doing volunteer work or something big, that can sometimes take us out of our own stuff and give us that humanity, that connection, that kindness, that love. So sometimes you want to find it in a solution or in comfort within yourself or your situation. But sometimes to find that, you got to go out of it. I like that. Okay. Charity comes in so many forms, even for charities with the same goal. Take food insecurity as an example. One way to approach it might be something like a food drive or maybe buying a meal for someone. We know that one person is not likely to change the world, and we don't suggest suddenly trying to take on the weight of the world's problems. But there are so many ways you can help make the world better, and it's on all of us to do a little something from time to time. And that's an important thing too, because especially in the world we live in right now, I live in America and it's hard on the yard out here. And sometimes it can be so overwhelming, all of the issues, all of the stuff going on. So whenever you allow yourself to do something small or something that's manageable for you, even though it may not be this big shift, putting that pressure on yourself is not realistic, first of all. But when you allow yourself to show up and like chip at the ice block, that's huge. That's something. And I think the more we realize those small somethings lead to those big things, that's really what it is. Then we stop procrastinating because we feel like it's not enough. It's through these small acts that we create big waves. I love it. Think about causes you care about or things that might just bother you. Search for things you can do to help, even if it's not totally altruistic. Can you stand to get rid of a few out-of-style coats this winter by donating them? Try it out and see how it feels. You might find yourself giving more often. Exactly. You know what I mean? It can be just as simple as, okay, let me go through the cans and like the dry goods in my pantry that I haven't been eating. Let me go take them to a food drive. Let me get my old clothes that I don't even wear, my kids' old stuff, donate it to a woman's shelter or family shelter, Expecting yourself to do these grand gestures every time is what is holding you back. Same with like self-care, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, I astral projected and met my higher self and that was it. You know what I mean? Like it can just be I sat with my breath for 2 minutes. All right, let's get into it. I love it. We've got the moon card fresh at the bottom of the deck. So this full moon is going to be a really intense one. And again, that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but just have that awareness so you can prepare yourself, so you can have grace for yourself. I think there's going to be a lot of things that come up from the surface about maybe identities, narratives that are no longer serving you, or maybe the limiting beliefs that you've had that have held you back, that it's time to really take a deep look at and see what's the root behind this. Why am I holding myself back? Why am I staying in this comfort zone, even though it's not comfortable anymore? Yeah, Two of Wands. There's going to be some big decisions being made, realizing that it's time to expand, whether that's literally moving or going towards new opportunities, or maybe allowing yourself to expand by sitting with discomfort. Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords. Yeah, I think there's a lot of energy that's coming up that might have anxiety tied to it, or maybe feeling defensive or feeling vulnerable. But we're learning that those are not necessarily bad things. They're just like path markers to help us go deeper within, to help us feel it so we can clear it, so we can continue on our path, so we can move past it. High Priestess, Empress, Two of Cups, very beautiful energy. The feminine is about to be at the forefront, and that's very exciting. We all have masculine and feminine within us, but it's just about the softness, the nurture, the generosity, also the ability to sit in expansion, to also sit in discomfort, right? Because the Empress is about abundance and birthing new things, creation, having everything you need, living luxuriously. And the High Priestess is your intuition, going deep within, sitting in the light and the dark and not being scared of either. See, it's all coming into union. And it's because it's almost like you have to sit in the discomfort of the High Priestess to bask in the luxury of the Empress. That's what it feels like, because what we don't realize is through sitting in that darkness, we meet the part of us that's been holding us back from our abundance. Ooh, okay. I like this. All right, well, let's see what comes out. I honestly have no like outline for today. Like whatever comes through is what is coming through. This Five of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing like don't be scared to be selfish. That's the thing. If you're needing to take a step back and heal and recover, do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, like some of you, it's a big issue for you to like say, no, I need to rest. I need to do this. I need to take care of me. I can't do this. You don't want to seem rude. You don't want to seem selfish. But then I also hear like, okay, so I'm being reminded of like this belief in Buddhism where it's like give because you want to or because you feel like I want to leave this so more people can enjoy it, not because you feel obligated to. So it's like if you're doing something out of, oh, I feel obligated, or what are people going to think if I say no? That's not giving from a generous place. That's giving from a fearful place. That's giving from ego. Even though your ego isn't like celebrating someone's loss, your ego is pushing yourself down so other people don't have to feel discomfort or whatever. And then you do it in a sense of like martyr, like I'm such a good person, but that's not good intention either. So you might as well move authentically. So that way, when you are giving, it's from a generous space that actually resonates with you. That's not compromising. Yeah. Recognizing that giving from that kind of space that's not the charity. Yeah, that's not the charity you think it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, Seven of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm really enjoying myself now. See, like the moon is shining brightly. Okay, and this is Aquarius's card. I don't know much about the minor arcana astrology associations, but I do know the Seven of Swords is Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius and I just know that. But what's being exposed, I feel, is seeing where you're not giving from a generous, genuine point, right? And the thing is, Spirit's not identifying this for you so you can have shame for yourself or to show you, like, see, you're not a good person, you're not, no. It's so that way you can walk away from it so you can then show up in a way that is true and genuine for you. All these swords too, like there's been a lot going on in the mind, a lot of overthinking, a lot of stress I'm feeling. Yeah, it's just I'm feeling like, yeah, like ringing the alarm, like time's up, which is it's that's an insensitive analogy here, right? But that's just what I heard. Like it's like giving from an inauthentic space is over. The thing is, Spirit doesn't want you to do that. The universe doesn't want that for you. Spirit wants you to give from a balanced space, from a loving space, from a true space. So that's why we got to set these boundaries. We have to stop saying yes when we mean no. And it's almost like some of you needed this like mirror crack so you could stop doing it, right? Because these are not good energies, right? So why are we giving from this space? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say you don't have the energy for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Empress. We want you, Spirit wants you to give, to provide from a genuine space. Give abundantly, give gracefully, unconditionally, when it feels right for you. Because then that comes back to you tenfold, right? What you put out is what you get back. So when you're giving from a space of irritation, then that energy comes back. But when you're giving from love, that energy comes back. You have a lot to give, and there's also a lot that wants to come back to you. And I'm also hearing someone might feel like, I do all this, why don't I receive anything back? Why don't people care for me, love for me the way I love for them? And the thing is, are you loving for them, or are you doing it to make yourself feel better? Are you doing it because you feel like that's what a good person would do? And maybe it is time to check in with that, you know? Like, you're allowed to grow and evolve as well. Maybe when you were younger, giving felt good. But now as you've gotten older, you realize, who's got the time, the energy for that? You're exhausted, you know? Because the thing is, you can't lie to spirit. You can't lie to the universe about where the intention is coming from. And spirit wants to give you that beauty, that love, that abundance, that luxury. That's why all of this discomfort is coming up. Yeah, you've been carrying too much. You've been carrying too much. And the thing is, you've been seeing it in a sense of like, why aren't these people helping me or giving, or where's the reciprocity? And now you're realizing it's because of where my intention was lying. It's almost like you were doing it out of like necessity, out of like, if I don't do this for this person, then they won't be my friend, then they won't respect me, then they, you know what I mean? And that's crazy. You know, that's not the vibe. But this is coming full circle for you. You're realizing that you should not be energetically pimping yourself out. That's not going to get you what you want. And you see that very clearly now. The thing is, you just kept pointing the finger at these other people, and now you pointed it at you, because at the end of the day, you can't attract people like that if it's not an energetic match, right? So instead of being upset at people, you're saying, how am I attracting this? And you're realizing it's in the delivery, it's in the approach, it's in the frequency that you've been giving from. Okay. Ooh, I love it. So now we have the Death card and the Page of Wands. Very good. We have Taurus energy, Scorpio energy, lots of fire here. So that's dead and gone. Yeah? Death card, rebirth. You're realizing I need to have a change, right? Because you realized I'm blocking my own blessings. I'm telling the universe I want to overgive, to compromise, to not have equal give and take. Like, I don't want that. And you're realizing, let's cut that out. Let's say goodbye, thank you, I love you to that version of me, because that's no longer working for me. Okay? And with the Page of Wands, like, you're ready to explore. The thing is, like, a lot of you guys might be feeling like, ooh, I'm having like a hot girl summer now. You know, what's so funny about this is it feels like radical independence, reclaiming of your power. And a lot of you feel like you're feeling yourself, as you should. But what's funny is it's like you're just standing in your power. You're just not overgiving. You're just not stressing yourself out anymore. And it feels so good, and it feels so new, and it feels so fun. Knight of Wands, yes, the Strength card, heavy Leo energy. We're in Leo season now. So yeah, a lot of you guys, this has taken some time for you to get here. Like, maybe it started in March, April, and now it's, you really see this coming full circle, but like, you're really standing in your power. And there is a lot of people or energy or approaches, you know, that you had to say goodbye to, but you're so lit up about it. Yeah. It definitely took you some time to get to this conclusion, but now you realize, like, I was holding on to a belief, a perspective that was holding me back so much. Like, you have so much light, so much excitement now. I love it. This is so exciting. And again, like, these 2 full moons. So this might come into full circle, like fruition after this full moon, after the 29th. So maybe by the time I publish this, you guys feel more of this energy. But it's exciting. And it's about time too, is what I'm hearing. It's about time. Daydream. Yeah, see, now we're getting back to the daydream. You're allowing yourself to stop putting your dreams in a box. You know what I mean? Like especially, like, I'm hearing this with dating. Like, you're having fun with dating. You're detached dating. And I am too right now. I'm telling you what. The thing is, you're approaching people, you're meeting people, and you're not placing all these expectations on them. How they move is how they move. How they approach is how they approach. Who they are is who they are. You're clocking it, and you're saying, okay, I'm either with it or I'm not, but we're not making a big scene about it. I'm not attaching. I'm not rearranging my day. You know what I'm saying? You're staying true to you in this fun discovery and inner play that you're having. You're staying very, very true to it. You're not getting out of your energy anymore and calling it being a good person. Oh, yes. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. That's fierce. That's really fun. And that's what makes you a moon goddess, being able to flow with the phases that you're in, right? Not stepping out of it to accommodate someone else. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. This is a very exciting new chapter. Okay. This is a whole new foundation. There's a lot of stability. Some of you guys might be having new job opportunities, meeting new clients. Your relationship with money is definitely changing for the better. That's the thing. You're not putting people on a pedestal, money on a pedestal, anything on a pedestal anymore. What's on a pedestal is, do I feel good doing this? Is this feeling good for me? If it isn't, then we're moving on. We're moving forward. We're not forcing. Even with my business, like I allow myself to approach it now in a way that makes me feel good. I listen to my intuition about, what do I want to do first? How do I want to do it? What's the flow like today? Like I woke up today and I was like, I really want to record myself. I want to get on the camera. So here I am. I did my yoga and I got ready for the day. Sometimes we get so robotic and rigid about, it has to be done this way. It has to be this way. Whether that's how we show up for people, or show up for our career, or show up in romantic situations. Now we're realizing what works for others may not work for me, and that's okay. We're okay with honoring our own path, honoring our own roots, right? It's just like with other flowers and stuff. Like what an orchid needs is not what a cactus needs. What a cactus needs is not what, a monstera needs. The plants allow themselves to flow with it. So can we. Yeah, like figuring out, what am I passionate about? What makes me feel good? What do I want to go towards? And you're realizing this process is not a death sentence. This is a beautiful opportunity to be reborn. And the more you allow yourself to do this, the easier your life gets, because you're going to be reborn, reborn, and reborn over and over and over again. You don't want to stay the same. You want to adapt and evolve. So learn how to have fun with it. And that's what we got going on here. Because you realize it's so much more fun to honor what feels good for me, to allow these changes to take place so I can keep coming into this new version of me. And see, on her pants, she's got lizards, because lizards are adaptable. They shed their skin if it gets too hot. You know what I'm saying? So keep shedding your skin. Keep letting yourself evolve. Because a lot of us too, like attaching to this version, this isn't even the true you at all. What a joy to be able to come back to your true self. A lot of you are reconnecting with your inner child as well. And the pages, those are like children, right? The moon and the two of wands. Okay, coming back out. I love it. Yeah. I just heard, so now is the time. Choose yourself or get lost. Either choose your true path or get lost trying to travel someone else's. This is like trying to follow someone else's diet plan, or someone else's health plan, or someone else's like blueprint for your own house. You're going to run into issues. It's going to be harder and harder. Like I'm seeing a cord being unplugged, not like a life thing, but like some of you, it is kind of like that. Like you're attaching yourself to a person or a situation that you feel is your lifeline, but really it's the thing that's killing you. Some of you really realize that this during this season right now. And so now, yes, 8 of Cups, Judgment. It's like now you have no choice but to walk away and choose you. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, you're realizing, like, how long was I going to wait? how long was I going to keep convincing myself that this wasn't the situation? It's like you were waiting on, like, you were betting on someone's potential more than they were, you know? And this could be a job, a person, whatever, you know? It was stunting your own growth. You could have been light years ahead of where you're at now. That's something I had to realize for myself too one time. I told myself, like, if this person were to catch up to me and where I'm at, like in my healing journey, in my, self journey, I would have to freeze in time. You can't afford that. You get one life, and you're not guaranteed how long that life is going to be, so you can't waste it waiting for someone else to figure it out. And you did that for a long time. But now it's time to move on. Some of you, I'm really noticing like the sunsetty clouds in this. Some of you might be going on a beach vacation, or it's just like I just feel the horizon. Like it feels like anything is possible now that I've freed myself. Now that I'm not such a big people pleaser. Now that I'm not moving from ego to abandon myself. And that's the thing, your ego made you feel like you have to choose this person. You have to lie down on the ground and be ran over so that you can help this person, so you can grow together. Like your ego attached you to somebody, some narrative that just was not true. And it really caused a lot of stagnancy, delays, loss of self. But not anymore. You've come back. You've come back. Like I'm hearing, like it's like whenever a girl like breaks up with her boyfriend, and it's like her friends are like, she's back, she's back. Okay, 9 of Wands. Spirit's telling me to get the book out, but I'm hearing you've defended yourself for long enough. Some of you really were scared of like the judgment of others, and that's what kept you stuck for a really long time. Like you're like, I don't want people to think a certain way about me or feel like I did, like I can't even say it because who cares? Okay, let's see. Determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties. The thing that stuck out to me is excitement for what's to come. You're almost there. You're around the corner to success. I push beyond my own perceived limitations, and I remain open and trusting as I do. Yeah, that's the thing. Your own perceived limitations. You really thought that like you needed someone or something, or you had to do something in a certain way. You really thought that something had to be something. And now you've allowed yourself to move beyond those limitations, and you realize this is just the beginning. There's so much excitement for what's to come. And see, there's like this full moon mirror thing that my sister got me. It's above my wall there that I'm looking at. 6 of Swords. Yeah. I'm just really seeing like you're free. You freed yourself. And see, that makes, I'm seeing again the clam and the pearls. Yeah, it's like you were shut in there. It's almost like something else was the clam and you were the pearl. But at the end of the day, you chose to be stuck in that clam, right? So it doesn't matter what that thing was, because it's still a representation of you, of something that made you believe you had to be limited, or you had to be attached to something or someone else, or you had to do something in a certain way, right? But 6 of Swords, yeah. So it's like you've gathered all your spirits, all your spirit guides have all come together to help you move forward now. I'm hearing moving on up. Yeah. Yeah. This is just the beginning for you. And it's very, very exciting. And the thing is, you might not feel the excitement because maybe it's been a lot of hardship, a lot of hard lessons to get you here in this moment. But once you like, see, a lot of money is going to be coming in for you too. Like once the dust settles for you and things just start coming together, it's going to be so exhilarating, so exciting. The mailman's here. Hello, mail. Mail time. Sometimes my dad watches my readings. Oh, he's coming back. Mail time. See you later, alligator. I don't think I've seen that male person before. Mine's usually a woman. I don't know her name. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the reading. All right. But yeah. On to bigger and better. You had to choose yourself. You had to choose the approach that actually made sense for you. Yeah, it's like you had to put your feelings to the side and you just had to be real with yourself. And this is, again, like Aquarius energy, Libra, Gemini energy. You know, star card, Aquarius energy. Yes. And that's the thing. Let me break it down for you guys. I didn't expect this to be fully focusing on the full moon in Aquarius, but it makes sense because that's today. So let's break it down. So Aquarius energy is like, we're an air sign, right? But we're the water bearer, okay? Meaning we carry all the emotions for all the other signs, which is ironic because we're not a water sign. But what's beautiful about it is because we're an air sign, we're able to sit in that without drowning in it, okay? Aquarius is also about challenging the status quo, going against the grain. We're also like the philanthropists, humanitarians of the zodiac as well. So the thing about it is, whenever you're trying to make such big waves and trying to create something that no one's ever seen before, no one's ever done before, of course you got to put your fear, your feelings, your doubts, your limiting beliefs to the side. This makes me think of my friend. I talked about him in the last reading, and he's like building like his own. To me, it's going to be an empire. I already know it. I see him on the cover of Time every time I talk about it. He better shout me out when he gets that interview. Okay? But here's the thing. Whenever, like, he's creating a field for himself that is very underdeveloped. So whenever you're going towards something, and whether it's underdeveloped for society as a whole or just underdeveloped for your life, right? Someone who is setting boundaries and saying no and trying to give from an authentic place for the first time, very uncomfortable. So you have to put your feelings to the side. You cannot think about, what are these people going to say? How are they going to feel? What's going to happen? You got to start, you know what I mean? Like, imagine how the people felt going on the Oregon Trail. Hey, what if my child dies? That's going to be crazy, but we got to get out here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out. We got to get our wagons together, you know? We can't let that fear, the unknown, hold us back anymore. And that's what it's all about. And once we move past that, there's our abundance, Queen of Pentacles. Okay? Now we actually can give from a true space. Now we actually can move and do the things and worry about the people that we were wanting to worry about. Please build your empire, build your path, embark on it, and then go back and get the people if they're still there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like abandon everybody, or you know what I mean, but the thing is, you cannot hold yourself back for the comfort of other people anymore, for the comfort of your own self, your own ego anymore. It don't make sense. I'm not going to co-sign it. Absolutely not. All right, let's get one more card. And we're ending with Justice. How beautiful. I love it. Libra energy. And the thing is here, there's a few things. So first of all, this was always meant to happen, this journey for you. Like, this is you sorting out like past karma, whether it's from this life or previous lives, you know? You standing in your truth, you no longer giving from obligation. You no longer abandoning your path for comfort. No longer indulging in doubt to procrastinate where you're meant to be. This was meant to happen. This, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're standing in your truth. And the thing is, it is fair too. You know, like some of you might be feeling like, why do I deserve this? But the thing is, and this is, I talked about this last reading, like you cannot be only comfortable in the in the growth or in the preparation phase. You have to be comfortable in here I am expanding phase too. And another part of this is Libra is a very like romantic energy. The Empress also can represent Libra energy too, right? Because it's very much about being present, romanticizing your life, enjoying even the simple moments, you know? And I'm hearing that Charlie XCX song that's like fall in love again and again and fall in love again and again. That's what it is. Like your life is about to feel like one of those TikTok reels or Instagram reels where it's just someone like flashing videos of just like the best moments of their life over summer. That's what your life is going to feel like 24/7. And you're going to realize that a big part of it was, and I sent out a newsletter about this a few weeks ago, the life that you've been wanting to live is on the other side of your boundaries, and you get it now. This is boundaries with yourself. This is boundaries with others. Okay? That's why charity came up. Giving from a space that is genuine, that is real, you know, not out of obligation, not out of performance, but doing what feels true for you. Moon goddess, accepting yourself in every phase that you're in. There's going to be phases where you need to rest. There's going to be phases where you're scared to go towards new beginnings. There's going to be phases where you're basking in all the hard work paying off. Be okay with every single phase. And with daydream, don't limit yourself. And breathe life into the exciting things that can be true for you. You dream it up for a reason. All right. We're going to close it out with this oracle deck. These are zodiac reading cards. All right, we got one. I'm going to read out of the book. This is Eclipse in Pisces, number 36. Free will, serve your higher purpose. Exactly. And what's cool is the card that started us out was that Taurus card. If I can find it real quick. Here it is. So it's like we started, hold on, what's that? Okay. And see, there's Moon in Libra. Okay. 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 I want everything. Whatever. We're just going to have to bask in the fact that this is a long reading. But see, it's like we started with personal growth and self-esteem. And now, because we have the self-esteem and we've grown to stand in it, now we have free will and we can serve a higher purpose. Right? And with this Moon in Libra, love, bringing peace to your life and bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. Exactly. It's not saying bring peace to your relationships and your life will flourish. You have to start taking care of you. You have to start honoring yourself and not feeling bad about that. Like I can't. You know what I mean? I can't. I won't. And see, with I promise, just one more thing and then I'll read it and I'll be done. But with the Moon in Taurus, it's number 14, which makes 5, which is very difficult change. And why do humans not like change? Because ego, the brain, the nervous system likes predictability. It's not about you have to know what's going to happen, but it's about teaching those parts of you that you're okay to face change. Okay? And now that we've gone through that change, we have number 9. Things are almost in completion. And then we have 19, which is 10. Things have come full circle. And then we're going to go towards a new chapter, and it's going to be beautiful and amazing. Fall in love again and again, and fall in love again and again. What's cool, this is the last card in this deck. All right, Eclipse in Pisces. Free will, serve your higher purpose. Life can seem surreal as you encounter a deeper appreciation of the magic inherent in life and spirituality. Your inner artist, dreamer, mystic, and philosopher will rise to the surface now. A creative project can come to fruition or must be initiated. Let go of preconceived ideas and face a fresh reality. Yeah. This is the dark night of the soul, and when all may seem lost, when in fact all is won as you learn to assert your free will. Exactly. The discomfort is coming from you clinging to outdated approaches. Allow yourself to change the approach, and the outcome will change for you too. You will feel truly inspired, but must guard against losing perspective about the practicalities in life. Dependency, including drug and alcohol addiction, and codependent relationships will benefit from a fresh approach. It is time to let these go and embrace a healthier lifestyle. It is possible you discover that you have been deceived or have been laboring under an illusion. Yeah, there's a lot of mirror cracks that are happening, and it's uncomfortable, but it's important. You don't want to keep living a lie. You don't want to stay attached to things that aren't serving you. Avoid falling prey to the victim-martyr role in relationships. That's crazy. Ask yourself if you're serving your higher purpose or if you're serving someone else's needs. A victim-like response is, I can't make changes. That's not true, you know? And my mom says that sometimes. She's like, people are who they are. And I'm like, that's not true. People change all the time if they want to, if they choose that. It's not easy. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it. But it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Alice in Wonderland, shout out. A little give and take is expected in all relationships, but if you do not feel fulfilled at work or in your personal life, it's time to make changes to the way you live your life. Exactly. Don't complain. Make a change. You are in charge of your life. You know, you're not in charge of how other people respond, but that's not your problem. You're not in charge of everybody else's emotional regulation. That's not your job. If it was your job, you'd be a weighted blanket. You're not a blanket. You're a human. Act like it. Be grateful for the consciousness that you have. A martyr-like response is such and such needs me. Life must remain the same. Ask yourself if you can make changes in small steps. And that is a true thing. I know sometimes it's overwhelming to make these big changes, but, and this is, I said this in my online ceremony that I did on Monday, like if you can't commit to meditating for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, commit to 5 minutes every day. And they said that in my yoga teacher training. She was like, I would rather you meditate 5 minutes a day than an hour once a week. You know what I'm saying? Know that someone who loves you will understand that you wish to be happier, and they will support the changes you wish to make regardless of their own needs. Exactly. And you trying to tippy-toe around everybody is keeping these whack people around. Cut it out. And where you feel powerless in the bigger scheme of things, remember that you have free will. This is your gift to yourself. Rise to the challenge and implement your free will to improve your life. Beautiful. I love it. All right, y'all. That was a beautiful reading. I really liked that. If you guys liked it, let me know with a like, a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, or maybe you want a soul alchemy ceremony, maybe you want a cord cutting ritual, maybe you want me to make you a personalized guided meditation or affirmation video, maybe you want to spend some time together and learn how to read tarot yourself. Whatever your needs are, I've got it. Okay? Go down to the description box below. My website is there where you can book your one-on-one services. You can also sign up for my newsletter there. And I have all my social media down below if you guys want to follow me on anything. I go live on YouTube and TikTok once a week. And you want to follow me on Instagram because once I get to 1,000, I can go live on there too. Facebook, I would go live on there, but people don't really show up for the lives. Maybe I'll try again. But so far, it's been crickets. All right, so check it out if you guys want to see me anywhere else. Facebook is good if you want to know more about like my online ceremonies and things like that too. But yeah, so check out everything in the description box if you want more from me, if you want to reach out at all. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Handle your stuff. Let the astrological events do what they're meaning to do and just flow with it, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.